Namaste. Ayu-Chintana. Let's grow learning Ayurveda together. Myself, Dr. Anaga Heche, Ayurveda physician, here with you to discuss about the deeper understanding of Ayurveda in relation to the colorectal cancer. Colorectal cancer is an important public health problem. There are nearly 1 million new cases of colorectal cancer diagnosed worldwide each year and a half a million deaths. Recent reports show that in the US, it was the most frequent form of cancer among persons aged 75 years and older. Given that the majority of the cancers occur in elder people and with the aging of the population in mind, this observation gives further impetus to investigating prevention and treatment strategies among this subgroup of the population. Screening research, recommendations, and implementation is an obvious priority. While there are many questions to be resolved, it is apparent that many facets of colorectal cancer are becoming increasingly understood and prospects for prevention are becoming apparent. Achieving the colorectal cancer control is the immediate challenge. And which science other than Ayurveda can be giving a detailed information to the world about the healthy practices, about the daily regimens, about the good diet practices, right? So let's dive into the topic. March is the Colorectal Cancer Awareness Month, and that is why we have taken this opportunity to learn more about this type of cancer and its understanding in Ayurveda. The World Health Organization statistics released by International Agency for Research on Cancer clearly gives us the information about the incidence and mortality rates in both male and female genders in with respect to the colorectal cancer. In this, if we observe, Australia and New Zealand has the highest incidence. Along with it comes Western Europe, the Southern Europe, and the Northern Europe. And in the more developed regions like of the Central and the Eastern Europe and North America also stand on the higher benchmarks of the incident rates. While coming to the mortality rates, it is highest in the Central and the Eastern Europe, and next in the line are the Northern Europe, the Southern Europe, Western Europe, and Australia, while India stands much lower in this ranking. The colorectal cancer, can Ayurveda provide better yardsticks for preventing, assessing, and treating this type of cancers? Yes, let us understand Ayurveda better now. Worldwide rates in the incidence of colorectal cancer, the statistics is in front of you and it clearly denotes the highest colors, that is greater than 32.2% of incidence in the area of Canada, in the Europe, Eastern, Northern and the Southern Europe, and as well as in the Australia, while India marks around the range of 5.4 to 9.0. Assessment through Ayurveda basic principles always comes with the line Hetu Lingaushadhagnanam Swastha Atura Parayanam. So, the very first thing that we have to be doing as Ayurveda Vaidyas in understanding any disease per se has to be the Hetu. How to assess the Roga? Ashtanga Hridaya gives a very good quotation. Rogam Nidana Pragrupa Lakshanopa Shayaptibihi. Where has this been told? It's told in the very first chapter. So, Acharya clearly reminds us and gives us a clear statement about what is the primary responsibility of a Vaidya while assessing the disease. It is about understanding the incidence and its etiologies, right? So, because our Samhitas have clearly told, has clearly given a standing instruction saying we need not always diagnose and name the disease, name the presentations, just list out the symptoms. It's not just about that, you know. So, what we have to be doing is to assess any symptom, any presentation that comes to us according to the three doshas. So, what are the variations that can happen in the Tridoshas? It can be the Sthana, Gamana, Adhishtana, variations with respect to the Vaya, Ahoratri, Bhojana, and also coming to the Manasika doshas, Rajas and Tamas, Trayopastambha, so the variations which are caused due to our own bad practices regarding the Ahara Nidra and Brahmacharya, which may further manifest as a disease, be it cancers, be it any other type of disease, but these three are very primordial to each one of us. Apart from these, there are some other considerations that are Prakriti, Desha, Kala, Vyayama Shakti, Anala, Satmya, Sattva, more to it. Dinacharya and Ritucharya form the basis of a healthy life, a healthy lifestyle, which can play a pivotal role in increasing our lifespan and also giving a quality life and not just about the quantitative life, right? So, keeping these five concepts in mind, we have to be very sure that Ayurveda gives us enough considerations while understanding a disease. Is it the same that even the modern medicine is doing today? Let's see. Colorectal cancer is the fourth most common cause of cancer related mortality globally, with 1.4 million new cases and 700,000 deaths annually. So, colorectal cancer, what it is really? It refers to the tumors of the rectum or the large bowel, including the appendix, that arise from the colorectal mucosa. Adenocarcinoma is the most common form of colorectal cancer, greater than 95%. Rarer subtypes include the carcinoid tumor, sarcoma, and lymphoma. Potential risk factors. Where have I got this information from? It is as good as which is told by the considerations that Ayurveda tells us to take care of. The source is John Hopkins article, one of the article released by the John Hopkins Medicine. So it gives us the information about age, the lifestyle, ethnicity, many other diseases which may further manifest as colorectal cancers, which are the family considerations, the hereditary considerations, the genetic considerations. So all these play a very important role in understanding about the preventive aspects as well as the etiological factors of colorectal cancer. So as Ayurveda has told, Vayoho Ratri Bhuktanam Te Antamadhyadigaha Kramat, where do you think that many cancers, many disease, just an example, many disease will occur? It occurs in the Vayu state. That means to say in the later part of the life. See here, the age is given as 50. And one of the statistics that I firstly quoted, in the US, it states that the age of the male above 70 years, the more incidence of colorectal cancer is seen. The next one is said to be the lifestyle. So the following lifestyle factors can increase your risk of developing the colon or the rectal cancer. What are they? Sedentary lifestyle. Why always Ayurveda told about Dinacharya and Ritucharya? To avoid these sedentary lifestyles and being overweight or obese. One who practices the Dinacharya and Ritucharya can never come into these kind of lifestyles, and more so, they can never get into the disease mode, particularly cancers. Heavy alcohol use and smoking too. Ethnicity. As we have already discussed about many different statistics, that is 8 standardized statistics as well as the incident and mortality based statistics, we clearly understood that the American region, the Northern American region, the Canada region, the Jewish people of the Eastern Europe descent, the Northern and the Western Europe as well, have the highest incidence of colon cancer. Further, in the next episodes, I'll be discussing why this ethnicity people have more incidence of colorectal cancer, why the lifestyle, these kind of wrong lifestyle will lead to cancer, why this age has more of colorectal cancer. And next, further, in Ayurveda also we have discussed about one disease leading to another disease, one disease being the cause for another disease. So here the inflammatory bowel disease risk the person in getting into the mode of colorectal cancer in the future. So, another potential risk factor is about family history of colon or the rectal cancer. Hope you can see the yellow marked region. Even the uterine cancer and the ovarian cancer can be associated with the colon and rectal cancers in certain genetic syndromes. But with the modern understanding, I may not be able to make a sense out of it. How is really the uterine cancer related to colorectal cancer? How the ovarian cancer is related to the colorectal cancer? I hope you all can think about it, and of course, I'll give you the answer in the coming episodes. Then, assessment through Ayurveda basic principles. So, Hetu was the first thing that we wanted to consider, right? So, in the Hetu, we first considered Tridosha, and in Tridosha, we first considered the Sthana. So, according to the Sthana, what is colorectal cancer now? This colorectal cancer, according to the Sthana of the Tridosha, is more predominantly related to Samana and Apana Vayu Karyakshetra. And considering that Guda is one among the Dashapranayatana, Pakvashaya being the important site, the main working functional capacity of the Vata is Purishadhara or Purishadhana or Pakvashaya. All Samhitas actually give very much importance to the Pakvashaya, because every other Samhitas have clearly defined the important site or the working capacity of the Vata is most in the region of Pakvashaya, Guda, Shroni, right? So I hope you got the answer for the question I asked you in the last slide, but I would like to give you a clear understanding, a better understanding, and how a disease, a previous presentation can lead to a futuristic presentation of colorectal cancer in detail in the next episode. Follow us for more content. If you have liked the video, please like and subscribe. Do share. Let's grow learning Ayurveda together. Ayu-Chintana.